always forget about them too. I was like, wait, kids didn't have school today? Why? Oh, it's 4th.
Oh yeah, everyone else is relaxing today.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of the more little bit of downsides of running your own thing, but also
Not like a true holiday for sure.
yeah. But yeah, hope you guys have some good holiday weekends here. For those of you guys that are doing arbitrage, this is a really good buying weekend because there's a lot of good sales and stuff going on. So make sure you're tapped in on that. It's a good time to dive into like restocking some products as well. But those of you guys that might not know Jonah, we go live as often as possible Fridays at 1 p.m. Central here, breaking down any questions you guys have about selling on wholesale. He's done $50 million in lifetime sales on Amazon. And yeah, I'm sure what's your goal for this year again? Are you trying to do 10 this year?
We'll do 10 for sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
we'll do 10.
That's what I thought.
It all comes down to capital, man, and credit limits and just like funding the business, right? Like everyone knows when you're starting it, you're not sure what to find or not sure what to buy. Then you open up the floodgates. You have that supplier that just has products, and it like is a completely different skill set to try to fund your business, right? It's like sourcing is one skill, and then you find it, and then it's like, oh, okay, well now my $5,000 credit card limit is not enough. I need more. So you need to just like every single level, it's just a different number.
We're all solving one or two problems, and most people watching are probably like, oh, I can't find anything, or I'm trying to find my first things. And then you get to the point where Jonah's talking about, it's like, all right, somebody give me $1 million, I'll spend it tomorrow, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sweet. What's up, James? James is tapped in here early today. James said, did you start with arbitrage and pivot to wholesale?
Yes, I did. I think most people do, whether you're like planning it or not. I just started selling on Amazon a long time ago. My first sales were in 2010, so there was not content on it. I didn't like plan my journey to start my business on YouTube, right? So it was just like, oh, Amazon seller account. Let's open it up. Let's scan a product with the app. Boom, let's list it. So I did that for my first like couple hundred sales. Was like garage sales stuff, things around my house. Textbooks was a big one, which after a while I realized I started doing arbitrage because then you're starting to search for those things. And I would go on to Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and like buy stuff for cheap and sell it for high. So like I was doing arbitrage. It was a different time because like I didn't do arbitrage like how you guys think of arbitrage. Like there was no receipts or invoices. It was just like Wild West out there. It was just like
yeah,
you're saying a product, you list it on Amazon, it sells in a minute, and then you go find something else to list.
Yeah. You're saying you're buying stuff at garage sales. Don't do that if you guys are selling stuff as new these days.
There's a couple like OG like eBay resellers, right? A lot of us have came from that realm. I was like the eBay reseller. So you can just like sell anything there as long as it's like a real product, right? You don't sell fake stuff, but you don't need to prove the invoice or legitimacy. That was like the eye-opening awakening with Amazon, right? So you guys should not sell anything unless you have a legitimate invoice or retail receipt from a real store, right? Not just like, oh, my buddy started a store and he sold me some stuff and typed up an invoice on like Google Docs, PDF, like that stuff doesn't work. So I think arbitrage is a great way to start because you start like low capital, low risk, low time commitment. And then once you realize like, oh, Amazon is something I want to treat full time, or I don't want to supplement my income from my job. I want to replace it. I want to double it, triple it. Then I think it's a good time to think about wholesale.
Yeah, good combos. Great cash generator. What's up, GC? Good to see you, bro. Do you plan on adding Walmart selling? Yeah. What do you sell on Walmart already? I think we've talked about it.
Yeah, we sell on Walmart. It's nowhere near the volume of Amazon. Some people have heard different things, right? Like, oh, it's 10% of what you sell on Amazon, you'll sell on Walmart, 20%. It really depends, like category by category. We will do like $1 million a month selling on Amazon. On Walmart, it's probably like $5,000. Like it's literally nothing compared to Amazon, but like we're slowly starting to grow and put more time there.
Yeah. Is that just a problem because you have less stuff proportionally as well? Or is it theoretically like if the demand was there, you'd be at that 10% or
I don't think my categories are just like that popping on Walmart compared to Amazon.
right?
There's
Because you do like outdoor stuff and that kind of thing.
outdoor stuff and like small brand stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like Walmart stuff that from what I've heard is flying is like bigger name brands just on those listings where there's opportunity. Like you're finding opportunity on the 2-pack or on the 6-pack. My stuff's not really like that. So I have 2 brands. We did like the full A to Z. So you like get them in the Walmart brand portal. We're now fixing up their listings and like it's going decent. I just know it's going to be a service that blows up later. It's like, I think you're early if you're selling on Walmart. So even if you're only selling a little bit, it's worth having the seasoned account and just being.
Yeah, because it could be an Amazon situation too, where if you sell a brand now, they might not want new sellers to sell it later. Same reason all you guys should go and just start checking your store for those auto gates and that kind of thing. Get things unlocked.
Yeah, totally.
While you can. Jada. So Jonah does brand direct wholesale. Obviously we're kind of just talking about it, but he started out doing some arbitrage. Now does brand direct wholesale and stuff.
Yeah, so I started out just reselling stuff around my house. I started out sourcing textbooks from high school students and then college students. So I did the textbook selling. So when I went into wholesale is just buying in bulk from brands or distributors, basically. So if you're doing wholesale, you are a wholesaler. So don't think like you're going to go find a wholesaler, like, because a lot of the times a wholesaler is just a middleman, right? You're buying at wholesale from a brand or distributor. That's like the biggest failing point that a lot of people run into when you start sourcing from wholesalers who are like these middlemen that aren't buying from the brand directly. They might be buying from another distributor who sells to them and sells to you. So like, if you're going to get into wholesale, just make sure the supplier you are purchasing from is an authorized distributor of the brand or it's the brand directly.
For sure. For those, if you guys are already here, you're watching the replay, if you got like Jonah literally helps you guys find brand direct accounts. You could check out the link for that down below. He'll help you find a brand direct wholesale account in 90 days. They've been helping lots of new sellers recently. Usually people who are already doing some arbitrage sales, but either one works. Let's see. Someone is asking, is a specific wholesaler legit? So we're not gonna open our.
I'm not gonna give you all my suppliers and that, but I will verify if I know somebody's legit or not. And I know those guys are. I've seen them at a number of shows. I think they're like LA based, but they're a big distributor. So that's one of those suppliers where, yes, you can open an account with them. Yes, you might find some stuff profitable, right? But like, if it's easy to open that wholesale account, that means many people have done so. So everyone is seeing these deals that you're seeing, right? So those suppliers become like hyper competitive. On those hyper competitive suppliers, that means you're not going to always get the stock you want. The pricing is going to be super competitive because there's a bunch of other sellers sourcing it too. So like it works, but for me and what I teach like of wholesale, I don't necessarily push like working with those types of distributors. I work with plenty of distributors, but it's guys who are regional based, niche based distributors. Sometimes you contact brands and they only sell to 1 or 2 distributors, right? And there's some distributors that have their own in-house brands that they operate and manage. I like those type of distributors rather than like a JC Sales, Kihi, Unify, who has 100,000 products on their sheet.
Yeah, and I was pulling up an example over here just for the type of thing you guys will see a lot. Like I get questions about this. And disclaimer, I do not know if this company is legit or not. I'm just saying as a general rule, be a little bit weary of this. These guys could be totally legit. Don't sue me. But generally, when you see suppliers like this, and I'm sure you'll agree, Jonah, like you talk about this, like if on the homepage, it's like we sell to Amazon sellers. And it's like, here's how much profit you'll make buying from our store. As a general rule, like if it was that easy for these people, like if a wholesaler wanted to do this much work to know how much money you're going to make on Amazon, like they're probably just going to be doing it. So a lot of times like these can get a little bit sketchy, but
and like everything we teach, right? It's general rules. So we're seeing like general rules of you should avoid if you see this type of wording, or if there's a listing that looks like this, run, because it might be an IP complaint. Some people won't listen to us, right? And they'll either do it and some get burned and some do it and they find a little loophole or a supplier that works for them, right? Like we're just telling you guys, like for suppliers that just promote and blast, we sell to Amazon and Walmart sellers. It's not the best look, because that's I was talking to a supplier this morning actually, and like, if you have good products in demand, good pricing, and you're a legitimate supplier, like there's no shortage of buyers that want to work with you, right? So like, why are you?
They want less. They want one guy who buys everything.
Like, wow, you're reaching out to me to try to help you find buyers. Like, if you got the stuff, that's the easiest part, is having these buyers, right? So I've consulted with a number of distributors who are legitimate distributors, real people buying from the brand, and they think that's like good wording to put on their site. Like, hey, we work with Amazon sellers. I'm like, it's just, even if you do and it's legit, like I'm telling you, don't put it on your website.
Yeah, this is cracking me up because this is a video game that's like what 20, 30 years old. They're selling it on here, and then they're also plugging things that are literally unprofitable. So that type of thing is problematic on many for many reasons.
Yeah, a general rule of thumb is like you have to do a lot of work as an Amazon seller. So some suppliers might try to make it easy for you, but like your best suppliers and brands, you're doing all the work, right? You're getting a price sheet. It doesn't have the ASIN and the ASIN link on it. Like that's already like not necessarily a huge red flag, but it's a yellow flag. Like they've already sourced through all their stuff. They know exactly what it's selling for on Amazon. Why aren't they just doing it themselves? Maybe they are. Some of them are. But like I like the distributors and suppliers and brands who are older, not involved in Amazon. They don't care, or they're just not aware. They don't know how to do it. And then you do it all for them as the middleman.
For sure. GC said, do you need an LOA from the wholesaler?
It helps. Definitely helps. It's not going to be as good as an LOA from a brand, but I've gotten away with LOAs from suppliers that then will help me by proving their legitimacy too.
Sounds good. Yeah, because a lot of people, you'll see it over and over again, like, oh, I need an LOA to sell literally anything on Amazon. So you're saying it just pretty much is a helpful thing there.
Yeah, I mean, start with stuff you're ungated in for sure, and then I wouldn't buy anything gated from a distributor that you don't have, an LOA from the brand on. It's just too big of a risk.
For sure. Yeah. So let us know what other wholesale questions you guys. I think the Discord, a bunch of you guys probably just came from the Discord. Seems like notification hit there. So Jonah sells 50 mil lifetime doing brand direct wholesale. So let us know what questions you guys have. I know a lot of us are doing arbitrage here. Just some standard. I see a couple of you guys just asking about like getting approved to sell brands, that kind of thing. So buy from any legit retailer, buy from any legit wholesaler, brand directly, all that kind of stuff. And then easy button to get you a bunch of stuff auto ungated is just go to the Boxum ungating tool. So you'll just plug in your store right here. You get it ungated for a bunch of stuff. Some things will be gated, some will be fully restricted for you. But just go run that. If you're a brand new seller and you're not sure what to sell, that'll unlock some opportunity for you.
If you're brand new, it's just way better to do that, because you're going to waste a lot of time trying to ungate stuff that you don't even fully know the process yet. Your account's brand new. So it's like when you do the auto ungate, it number one ungates a bunch of brands on your account, which is more seasoned in Amazon eyes, gives you a wider like array of stuff to source from. And if you're a beginner, you're just trying to get proof of concept. So like source from those ungated stuff first, then start doing more like actively ungating with invoices and receipts. Because people just don't understand how much it takes to even ungate too. Like it might take you 10 times back and forth. You have the paperwork, you're buying from a legit source, you have everything you need, you're still not getting ungated. Like that's why Amazon can be so frustrating when you're starting.
Yeah. So a lot of people watching are doing arbitrage. Like what's a good sign for you that it's a brand that people should like email or call, that kind of thing? Because that's like a super good place to start getting into wholesale.
Yep. Like if you're already doing arbitrage, you're already sourcing, just start building a list. Just use a Google sheet. Just build a list of those brands and distributors you guys come across. And even on like online arbitrage or online retail websites, if there's brands that are not on Amazon, let's say you're sourcing something and it doesn't come up, make note of that. If you're sourcing brands and products where the listings just look very outdated, they're not being taken care of, that's all really good signs. Like a listing can sell well on Amazon or sell even just a little bit, but if it's improved, it will sell more. So if there's a listing and you guys are sourcing and it sells 10 times a month and most people are like, I'm not hopping on this, there's no volume, right?
A lot of those listings would be like a picture that somebody took on like their kitchen table or something. Like
yeah. There's like one image for the listing. The title is like just the word or the brand. There's like, you want to make sure on Amazon, you are keyword stuffing, have really nice images. Cause like we're marketing and promoting these products, right? So if a brand sells already and it looks terrible, that's a great sign. That means like somebody out there is buying this organically just because they know the product and they want it. So if I can then add services and like clean this up, maybe sprinkle a little ads, which is very simple to do, a few buttons, like that 5 sales per month, 10 sales per month is now 100. And then that is like, whoa, I just manufactured profit out of nowhere. I just created the profit on Amazon rather than like always having to find it.
Yeah. I wonder if you've ever tried this. You could specifically look for those listings that have like not enough pictures or anything like that. I don't know if you've played around, but you can make a filter. Yeah. So like, I mean, maybe on some of your favorite brands, like you could just go in and add a filter. So like, just for an example, I was like, show me arts and crafts products that have some resellers, but there's only 2 pictures, right? Or you could even do like 1 picture. So you know they're reseller friendly brands, but the listings suck because it has 1 photo on the listing. And then some of these could be like good brand direct potential. You reach out like, hey, your listings are terrible, but it's already selling pretty well. Like, let's make this even better for you.
I like that. That's a good filter because like, why would a listing only have 1 image?
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, we can just probably it's probably made by not the brand, and it was just like lazily made.
There's actually no real reason at all.
Yeah, that's it. There's your photo. I guess with yarn, you don't need too many photos, but like some of this stuff.
I disagree. Like, you do. We got to stuff this thing just to make it as beautiful as possible.
Show it being used, that kind of thing.
This is like what you're telling the brand owner too. Well, it's already selling well. We've been selling there for a long time. You could be doing better. You could be making more money. And that's the service I provide at no cost to you. So all these things that agency XYZ will do for $3,500 per month, I'm going to do for free. And there's ways you can get into it with the brand to like make it seem very valuable, right? Because like you are working for a brand, at least in the beginning phases when you start working for somebody. Like if you're going to promise to optimize the listing and create a new listing and do PPC, like you're signing up for a job of sorts. So you got to make sure like they understand that too, and they are indebted to you. Like it's a relationship both ways. One way we do that too is like you can list out exactly what you're doing for this brand. I'm building a storefront. I'm going to build this 2-pack bundle listing. I'll do this. Usually that's $6,500. Like we're wiping that and it's free for you. And I'm going to purchase the product. So it's like creating that no-brainer offer.
For sure. I don't know if you guys do like videos, but you could do that as well. I was just like thinking of ways to like improve listings. Like you could look for stuff that, where maybe they do care. They have 5 images, but they have no videos yet. Like I wonder how many. Here's a bunch of like arts and crafts products like that. Could be interesting to tap into. Have you I would assume this will affect you more than a lot of like just like standard resellers. Are you going to be like changing your titles since they're like the title restrictions are changing here pretty quick?
I saw that. I definitely have some brands. Like, I'm not going to lie. I was looking at the listings earlier. I was like, geez, somebody would look at my brand right here and be like, this needs to be optimized. I'm going to hit. Because like when you have a lot of products and ASINs, it's once again, it's a lot of legwork. And like, if you don't update it or you just get comfortable, like this is how brands are too. It's like, oh, it's selling, we're growing. But I haven't done an A/B test on the hero image in like a year.
Mhm.
I haven't updated the images in a year.
So it's
like,
growing, but you could do better kind of thing.
yeah, and like we
Yeah.
got to go back and actually like re-audit our own listings and then say, oh, let's revamp the A+ content on this whole product line, which takes a lot of time and everything like that. But that's like it's worthwhile, I think, and you don't have to do it that often. I guess if you're very hyper focused on one brand, you should. But like for me, I'm like an overall generalist Amazon FBA. I'm going to help you guys grow, right? So I'm not going to be as nitty gritty on like the CTR and the CVR and like everything that goes into the click through rate and getting you on the image and converting. But maybe that's down the line, right? Like in square one, it's just getting you guys images and getting your products up there.
Yeah.
And like square two, okay, let's do some PPC and keep it minimal to start and like scale it up from there. So now we're at the point with some of our brands where like we've been working with them for a few years. We want to make sure they're always feeling serviced and everything like that, because when it's going well, like you don't have to talk to your supplier that often. Like that's something with me. I have a lot of brands. People probably think I'm doing like calls 24/7, but like they don't want to do calls either, right?
No, yeah. As long as you're growing their sales, they're like, hey.
Yeah, we're both doing our business, our
Yeah.
part. And then if you need a call, like sure, I'm always available. There's no problem. But it's not as much like stickler, like let's check in and make sure Joan is doing what he's doing. It's like you guys see the purchase orders every month. You're continuously getting them. They're growing. You didn't used to be like that. So it's like, as long as they're happy is the biggest thing.
Yeah. Sweet. Some good wholesale questions. I was also just seeing like some people asking about, if you guys are struggling with ungating, just go right here, go to bulk ungate, click this button right here, and it's going to start getting you ungated in brands. You can also just import a big list of ASINs as well. I've shown this a ton on the channel. So like you guys still not knowing about it means I should probably still keep showing it. But that's like step 0.5 if you guys are brand new. And then some good wholesale questions here too. Said you're at a trade show, you're booth hopping. Who are you targeting? What's the pitch?
Yeah, so good question. Even before you go to the trade show, do a little research. Like that will help prepare you so much when you're there, because trade shows are super overwhelming. There's like hundreds of brands, hundreds of vendors. You don't, even if you have a plan beforehand, you get there and you're just like, there's things everywhere. If you do a little bit of research before, and let's say there's 10 to 20 brands you want to contact, well, you know before then who you want to contact and you know the pitch. Because the big thing with wholesale is like, it's not a general pitch, right? Like, I guess it can be like, I want to open an account, buy your products, help you grow. But brands want to feel taken care of. They want to feel like you actually can do what you're saying. That's always helpful if you tailor your pitch around that brand specific pain point. So like every brand at that trade show might have a different pain point. One of them is doing 100K a month, but there's 20 sellers and it looks like the listing's not taken care of. The other guy, they're doing like 5, 10K a month, but they're a massive brand, right? Off Amazon. They're doing, you know, that they should be doing way more on Amazon. They're just not there yet. And so it depends on like the brand before you even get in there. But if I'm just trade show hopping at a booth, something I actually do is like, I'll have an iPad or my phone even, and I'll pull up Smart Scout and look at some of like the reports and details when I'm there in person too. So I'm targeting brands that have multiple sellers. I'm targeting brands that have everything we're explaining here. The listings are not up to par, because then when I'm talking to them in person, I know that their listings are not up to par, or I know the whole product catalog's not posted. So like then I keep that in the back of my mind.
Yeah, that's a good hack there. And then yeah, like coming with that just like short list of products that you are interested in, right? Both in like, hey,
Yeah.
we know we'd want to buy a bunch of this. We saw the data looked good, or like let's say you run one of these scans and you're talking. I'm just using a random brand, like this is an OA brand, but let's say you go to the people who sell Apple Barrel at a trade show, right? And you're like, hey, you have a couple listings that have one picture, right? You can start generating those lists here. Or
They're
going
gonna
in.
say, "Hey, we didn't create that listing. We
Right.
actually
Yeah.
have nothing to do with it." It's like, well, you got to know this before that it would look terrible, and then, oh, now I know they have no control. But like, it all starts with a little bit of research beforehand.
For sure. GC says the idea to relist the product or take control of their account. Yeah, so I assume you're never really like relisting. It's just like kind of making things better for them.
Yeah. So the cool part about like the brand partnership angle things, brand direct wholesale, however you want to call it, is like you're building out skill sets. So the skill sets of like relaunching these brands, growing them, creating listings, all that. I personally enjoy being the brand direct exclusive wholesaler. So I want to sell everything through my account. I think it's more control for me, more it's more of a service, I would say, where they actually need me and I'm really involved.
Are you
Then
seeing some wholesalers just be like, give me the login kind of thing? It would be like the alternative.
we have some guys like that you don't know it's the wholesaler or agency, right? Because it looks like the brand is on the listings themselves. Brands
Yeah.
doing it themselves. But the agency or wholesaler sets it up and does it A to Z for them.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, that's why I was saying it's cool, because once you have the skill set and everything like that, there's different ways you can monetize. Like we have a couple guys in the community that get a retainer with brands. So they have a brand on retainer. Some get a % of sales. Some do both. I've done that. I did that for a supplier of mine for a long time. I took 7.5% of everything I sold. And that didn't last forever, but it was only because I was like helping them scale up their account, helping them sell through their channel. And like, that's a real service. Like if you're going to create somebody's seller central, a brand seller central, and like get their stuff listing, they have that forever. It's their assets. But personally, I think it's easier to cut an agency. Like I think an agency can get cut overnight. The brand would still have their seller central account. The products would still be flowing through, no problem. When you have a direct wholesaler, that's the downside for the brand, but the upside for us is it's just stickier. It's harder to cut. I mean, I have thousands of subscribers on my account now, and it's for my brand partners. So once again, it's just like, damn, if you want to break up with me, okay, but you're also breaking up with like 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that's like subscribe and save Amazon customers, I would assume, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Just in case you guys hadn't, not obviously not a big part of the resell OA space at the very least there.
So when you also, like, to finish this up too, when you're relisting the product, it's like what Warner said, we're just revamping it and like optimizing it. But when you're partnered with the brand, you also can get just a child user permission addition to their account. So I'll get added as like a user to my brand's account. Sometimes if I need to fix up the listing, I can fix it up through their seller central, if that makes sense. So the brand has an account. I'm added to that. I'm fixing it there. But when it comes to the FBA shipment and selling it, that happens on my personal account.
That's good to know. Yeah, I like what it's kind of a gem what you're mentioning, where some agencies will sell on the brand account, because I feel like a lot of people would look at the listing, be like, oh, the brand's already doing their own Amazon thing.
Yeah.
Like, even though they're not doing a very good job, I'm gonna look for somebody who has no Amazon presence, who's like not even trying.
Right.
But I mean, you're saying that could be even better because like clearly they care. They're trying to solve Amazon, but their guys suck. Like
yeah, and it's costing them money too, like every single month. So let's say you're a brand and you're not. That's why I like small, mid-sized brands, right? Like, let's say you're profiting 5-10K a month as the brand. That means you're selling 30 to 50K a month. You don't really like have enough room to pay an agency 5K. Like you're paying them 50% of your profits that you guys make. You made 10K after the agency fees and everything. You only made 6K, call it. So it's like, it's too big of a cut, and it's a small enough brand that I think I could grow them more than anybody else that's big, and they're more likely to sell to me rather than continue doing their own thing. Like one of my best brands right now, and this is where my mindset shifted on this too, where I was like, maybe I should start looking at brands with one seller. Is I had an inbound lead from a brand, and if you looked at it, it was brand themselves on like a couple listings, and then they had these unauthorized sellers and stuff on alternate listings, but it was the brand themselves, listings selling pretty good. They just were overrunning it themselves, and they had an agency that was charging a good amount. And then they heard about our model, this brand direct wholesale, how you don't have to get charged the retainer, how they still will manage it all. The big hurdle there obviously is like, wait, so the product will be sold from you, not from us. Like, isn't that weird if the brand's not selling it? And then you got to explain to them, like, you shop on Amazon, right? Like, you even look at any of that stuff, or do you find the product, you click add to cart or buy now, and you get the product and it's great. So I had to like explain to them, you see this down here, this is like ships from XYZ, sold by XYZ, new and other sellers. Like there's multiple people on these listings, but it doesn't matter unless you have the product in the buy box, like customers are going to buy. The only difference is it's not sold by you, it's sold by me. And so that's like the explaining to everything.
Sweet. Yeah, I see a couple people asking about help as well. Yeah, so you get the first link in the description if you guys want coaching from Jonah. First 90 days with working with Jonah and his team, you guys will have a brand direct wholesale account to represent and start selling some stuff on Amazon. That's kind of their thing there. And then you guys do lifetime or close to lifetime coaching as well, right?
Yeah. So what we do, we're revamping a lot of the community too, which has been great for members, is we're making it more done with you. So it's not just like a course or just a community where you ask questions. When you guys join the first 30 days, we basically implement like our VA team into your business to help you scale as well. So for the last 6-7 years, I've been working with one VA agency that I trust with my entire business, and realized like they're killers at what they do. They're good at outreach, PPC, everything like that. So we started letting other wholesale network members use the services, and it's helped them scale just much quicker. The big thing with wholesale, especially when you're getting started, is I don't think that many people understand how much of a numbers game it is, how much volume goes into outreach, how much you have to show up occasionally, and it's just a different skill set, right? So be okay with going to trade shows. If you're not okay with making a phone call, maybe wholesale is not going to be the best model. So like once you understand some of the core principles of what you need to do, which is basically relationship building, we inside the community like set it up and help you get to that final point just much quicker than if you're going to do it alone.
For sure. Yes. If you guys have a capital to scale and want them to hold your hand through the whole thing, getting some brand direct wholesale account set up, just click the top link in the description. Book a call.
And we got Kaj in here too.
What up, Kaj?
Kaj is one of the coaches in there. He leads a bunch of our calls for the wholesale network. He's one of those guys too. Crazy journey. Did private label, did arbitrage, and then realized like he aligned best with the wholesale model, because the end of the day, guys, like everything works. Like there's guys doing 6 figures a month in arbitrage, 6 figures a month store to store driving.
You got dudes making like 20K a month making videos about the products on Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's people on Amazon making money that don't invest $1, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have capital, that might be a better option for you than wholesale.
I would
But
say, yeah,
right, like
wholesale where you pretty
if you guys
famously
were
got to
watching,
drop a
if
whole
you're
bunch of money.
watching this and like it would pain you to spend like $100 on some inventory, like maybe there's something else. Maybe there's a better model out there. But for once you have a little bit of capital to spend, the physical product business, like regardless of the model, I think is a great model, right? With AI, you're not replacing physical products. Brands are still going to want somebody helping them, or wholesalers needing retailers to move product. Kaj like posted something in the Discord the other day, as like 15 brands in brand registry. So like that's something where you just over time you start accumulating brands and they work for you. So like you get brand referrals, we call it. And it's like they're going to talk about the service with Kaj to the next guy, and then Kaj is going to go to a trade show and meet them in person and strengthen it. So like that's what's very cool about wholesale is it does take some time to get up and running from the beginning. Not always like capital. It takes time and skill and expertise. But if you're willing to put in 6 months, 12 months of like actually relationship building, you will find a supplier, and then you'll scale as much as you possibly can. It's all capital after that.
For sure. Yeah, that's why it's such a good combo to get those sales going with arbitrage, get some wholesale going in the background. You can always do both. And if wholesale takes off, then do whatever you want to double down on. Sweet. Probably a good spot to wrap up there for the day, though. So appreciate you guys dropping some good questions there. Make sure you guys follow Jonah all over the place if you want to learn more from Jonah as well. Very legitimate seller in the space. Hard to find sometimes, but Jonah's got great info and help on wholesale for you guys. But yeah, for sure. Appreciate you guys popping on the stream today, and we will see you guys again very soon. No Wholesale Friday. Next Friday it'll be my rehearsal dinner for the wedding, so I'll be a little more little preoccupied next Friday. But
pop out for a quick stream.
Well, I guess I won't be at 1 p.m. So sorry guys. I'll be wrapping up the bachelor party. Got to get on stream.
Nice, perfect.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good rest of your day here.